All right, we are here on Lost Colony. I'm Nikki Penny, and today I'm going to take you through all of the available Explorer notes here on Lost Colony with full audio and cinematics. So if you enjoy the lore of Ark Survival Ascended, sit back and enjoy, hit that like button and subscribe, and let's get straight into it.
Your Majesty.
Sir Edmund Rockwell, or is it Dr. Rockwell? You are a man quite far outside his proper time and place. Victorian England is a long way from this purgatory.
You have me at a disadvantage, Lost King. I am woefully ignorant of your history.
Thousands of years ago, I was the scientific administrator of this facility, and now I am its absolute ruler. The power of Red Element has sustained myself and my people for eons. And you are clearly a fast learner. In your short time here, you have already managed to toxify our land. Your purple element, unlike ours, is an abomination that poisons our lifeblood.
Your consort meant to make a meal of me. I was forced to do what I could to make myself unpalatable.
My queen only meant to share our precious gift and make you one of us, properly equipped for survival in this unforgiving place.
Yes, well, I have far grander ambitions than becoming one of your subjects.
Oh, you needn't worry about any further gift-giving on our part. Dr. Rockwell, you were summoned here to rid my queen of your foul corruption.
Were I to do as you demand, I suspect my life would instantly be forfeit. You do not strike me as the forgiving type.
Should my queen succumb to your toxin, I promise your end will be anything but instant.
So your offer for my help is a swift death. I fear our negotiations are off to a discouraging start.
I must attend to my queen just now. You may avail yourself of this food and drink in my absence. And don't worry, I would never be so craven and deceitful as to poison a guest in my own castle.
Do pass along my profound regret for Her Majesty's discomfort. There is something so familiar about her mannerisms. I can almost...
Don't go anywhere, Doctor.
Tell me, how fares the Queen?
She suffers from your treachery. Will you or will you not rid her of your poison? Assuming that you even can.
I believe myself quite capable of curing her affliction in short order. With all of your knowledge, you could probably do the same, given sufficient time. But how much longer can you afford to delay treatment? She grows sicker by the hour, I presume. As the Edmundium works its way through her system, she'll soon hear the voices. My voices.
Too far, Doctor!
Majesty, I only want the freedom to prosper, untroubled and free of your sphere of influence.
You betray your ignorance of recent events. Our sphere of influence is all that keeps your malignancy from being purged from the face of the earth.
What?
How little you know, scientist. Our great dome powered by the red element is the only thing shielding you from the same lethal energies that threaten our own survival. The purple substance you infused yourself with, what you call Edmundium, enables the creation of life. The blue variant is raw energy to be tapped for the machines of war, whereas the red element extends life, carrying us across the millennia intact in our own bodies. Though, as you can see, we have made certain modifications. But what little Edmundium is to be found on this planet came down on your aberrant Ark. And no form of element can exist on the planet beyond our shielding. Not anymore.
How is this possible?
The Reseed Protocol. The Arks. They have cleansed Earth of our elements, except for our lost city. Here, we are all that's left of the Children of Element, and we can no longer survive outside of the protective shielding of our great dome. In that way, Doctor, we are alike.
All my plans. We are sealed away here in the darkness together forever.
I'm so glad we finally understand each other. Are you enjoying this, Doctor? Does the suffering of my dying consort amuse you?
I assure you it does not. But the Queen's affliction is a direct result of her unprovoked assault.
I had imagined far more of your humanity remained than I see in evidence today. As a fellow scientist, I would have thought...
What would you know of humanity? You appear to have bred all willpower out of your subjects, made them little better than workhorses and livestock.
It's almost amusing to be judged by a walking anachronism. It's past time I gave you a history lesson. I was once as human as you were, long ago. In my early life, as Darius Anthem, I was in charge of the Arat Prime facility on this site, where we successfully completed mankind's final and finest work, Project Genesis. We compiled the codex containing the genetic, epigenetic, and engrammatic data of nearly every living being to have ever evolved on Earth, and launched a copy to the stars. A chance for Earth's life to begin anew, elsewhere in our galaxy, on a new Arat.
Quite an achievement, rivaled only by your sharp ascent from Chief Administrator to Sovereign Ruler.
Why should we, with all our knowledge, have vanished from the face of the Earth? Why should our souls vanish into nothingness, while untold generations are to enjoy the future we labor to build for them? Was death to be our own reward for saving all of humanity? No! I was the only one who could lead my people through that long period of tribulations after the cataclysm left us alone in an uninhabitable world. With the power of the red element, we were able to extend our lifetimes indefinitely. Of course, this meant draining the energy from cloned subjects, but thanks to our technologies, there is an infinite reservoir of those. We altered ourselves to survive in the darkness and cold that kept our lost colony hidden from outside forces bent on our destruction. Over uncountable years here, the cost was steep. Colleagues, friends, lovers, all betrayed me, one by one. They could not bear to live with what we had become. Losing them was difficult. I do not deny it. It has been a struggle to adapt. But I think you understand, as a man of science, this is all there is. At any cost, life and knowledge must be preserved. At long last, I finally achieved a kind of order here. But then, the Arks triggered their cleansing fires, healing the world.
A world neither of us can live in. How did this happen? Who did this?
It calls itself the One Who Waits, this being of light that tears us apart. But it once had another name.
What was it?
I think I've told you enough for now. But I promise, all in good time. Think on your predicament, Dr. Rockwell. When you've achieved a greater clarity as to your situation, then we will speak again. No more stalling, Doctor. You will alleviate her suffering. No!
Not until you guarantee my freedom.
You and I can never coexist peacefully within our borders. Not even for the short time that your finite supply of Edmundium lasts. The red and the purple, they are opposites, fated to destroy each other whenever they come into contact.
Agreed. And as I cannot leave this place without being destroyed by the so-called cleansing fire, I must find another way to continue my evolution.
What is it that you're after?
You mentioned lofting a voyage to explore the heavens from here long ago.
Indeed! It so happens we are still in contact with our interstellar craft. It travels through the slipstream in the hope of finding a better world.
I wish to join that voyage. I wish to help them find their place among the cosmos.
I'm sure you do. Cure my queen, and I will transmit you across the galaxy to the seed ship.
All this time you have been able to jump to your ship and escape the state of this world.
We who created the Codex cannot become part of the Codex. It is impossible for my kind to transmit ourselves through the slipstream. But I have no interest in starting over again on some alien world across the galaxy. Nor would I abandon my people and the only way of life we have known. This is where we were born, and this is where we will live on forever.
How very tedious. Well then, Your Majesty, I accept your offer of relocation. Take me to your Queen Consort and let's get this over with. I have a galaxy to explore.
It seems she will live on. That is fortunate for you.
Yes, I believe Her Majesty the Queen will make a full recovery. A pity I could not examine her more closely to be sure. Who is she, anyway?
That is none of your concern.
Yeah, well, the Edmundium in my system would only have exacerbated her symptoms anyway. I must admit, I'm curious. You have the technology to incarnate your minds in a human body again, capable of surviving in the cleansed world outside. Why are you satisfied to rule an enclave in hell, when all along you could be welcomed back into paradise?
Like you, I find myself unwilling to go back to living and dying again as the man I once was. After so long spent as something more than human, you found yourself respawned in your fragile original form, weak, naked and alone. And so, in short order, you set about making alterations, finding new elements.
True. The human condition seems so limiting now. All of the things we were once told were virtues, they were only weaknesses, to be evolved beyond. Once you kick yourself free of those constraints, the possibilities are endless.
I do believe we understand each other. Time then for me to fulfill my end of our bargain and rid my kingdom of your presence once and for all. Now, activate the codex scanning and transmission sequence, and you will find yourself among the stars. May your journey there be productive.
I'm as giddy as an Etonian schoolboy. Before I go, you mentioned the one who waits, this implacable being which destroyed my precious Edmundium. I must know, who was it?
It was once called Walker. Helena Walker. Do not be consumed by old hatreds, Doctor. For it is said, no man is beyond redemption. Perhaps not even the two of us.
Never crossed our minds to try to ride one of those freaky creatures. But you seem to have a special way with dangerous animals.
And your armor is like nothing I have ever seen. I was unsure you were like me, underneath it all.
I don't know that there's anyone like you. How have you managed to survive down here without tech? Are there more of you?
There were others. But we were separated.
You should ride with us then. Feels like we could learn a lot from each other.
A very kind offer. My name is Meiyin.
Diana. And listen, you're free to come and go whenever you want, but I think we'd be stronger together. And who knows? I might just grow on you.
Was it your people that built these arks?
No way! We're just a bunch of grunts. Oh, right. You're not from the 24th century. We're soldiers.
So we are all strangers, lost in these tunnels.
You're right that all of this seems artificial, but whoever made it, they're way beyond us.
You people, your tech is all far beyond me.
Oh, I don't know about that. You seem quick to adapt. Bet you're handy as they come in a firefight. Look, how about we set you up with some of our gear back at camp? And I can show you the basics.
I would like that.
He's impressed with your progress. I can tell. I am too.
You are the better teacher.
Thanks. But we're lucky to have his tech expertise. Santiago knows his way around that junk better than anyone. That said, he and I were once on opposite sides in the war. Time was, I would have dropped that guy on sight. Choo.
Seems that times change. Hearts too.
Happens when you save someone's life. They save yours.
That sounds like a challenge.
What you hear is me asking you to stick around. Keep at it.
It would be hard to strike out alone again in this poisoned wilderness.
You do, and we may never get that chance to save each other.
Very well. Just give me time to nurse my wounded pride. And I will master the art of those, what did you call them?
Jetpacks?
Jetpacks. But first, I think we both need a break. I will cook us a stew with these small creatures I've caught.
You do know the way to a lady's heart. Would have thought you'd be happier to see your friends again. Okay, maybe not the creepy old guy.
I never expected to see Helena again. We were very close.
Oh yeah? Close? Like you and I close?
Yes. Though she and I knew each other longer.
May, I'm a big girl. I won't stand between the two of you if that's what you want.
Before she and I found each other, I believed I was fated to be alone.
Oh, hey. She must be really special to make you hurt like this.
You both have meant very much to me.
Whatever you decide, we're gonna be okay. Your old flame took to our battle armor faster than any recruit I can remember. It's weird. Almost feels like the tech is meeting her halfway.
It still is dangerous to bring her into the wilds. I would feel better if you were coming along.
Nice of you to say, but someone has to keep an eye on our good doctor. Besides, this way you two can get a chance to catch up, rekindle the fires and all that.
Chuzi, stop. Bringing Helena on this mission was not my idea.
I know, dummy. Who do you think put the word in Santiago's ear? She's ready. So are you.
His year, huh? Sounds like you're the one already starting new fires.
Yeah, well, you know me, Meiyin. I'm a shooting star, baby. Santi and I we share something from that future we both came from. It's different with him from you and I, but it's real too. So I'd appreciate you making sure he gets back in one piece.
I understand. We will both see you again soon, Diana.
I'm so sorry, Meiyin. I could feel how close you two were.
She said the same thing about you and I. The scales of justice must be balanced. I am going after Rockwell.
Yeah, I figured that. Let me come with you.
Only if you promise not to stand in my way. This is more than revenge.
No, I agree. If we let him get away now, who knows how far his sickness will spread.
Believe it or not, Diana would be pleased to see us together in this.
She sure had an open mind. And a big heart, too. One of a kind. Unless those cloning machines, our implants... Me and my big mouth. Sorry. I'm still dealing with what we found.
We all are. It's just... I can't think about any of that right now.
I need to ask you something. But when I do, I'm scared you'll think I'm losing my mind.
After everything, you still worry what I might think of you?
Come on, I'm serious. Believe it or not, I'm still kind of intimidated by you. But yeah, this is serious.
Ask me anything, unless you plan to bring up that cloning idea again.
No, not that. It's just... Are you hearing them too? Those voices?
No, but this dead world is sure to be haunted.
Well, that's the thing. I don't believe in ghosts.
What sorts of things are these voices saying to you?
That I... have to guide someone to finish the work we started far in the future.
Okay, now you are sounding just a little crazy.
I know. And Meiyin, I'm scared.
We will figure this out together. I promise.
I'm telling you, we're both in. What do I have to do to convince you? Sing it for you? You know I absolutely never sing, Meiyin.
I did not pass his tests. His metal behemoths will march on without me, their thunderous steps echoing my failure.
Maybe a little overdramatic? Look, Meiyin, setting aside my sync rating, whatever that is, you're his top candidate. Trust me.
Oh, so now Santiago has your year?
What? No. Though I did sort of peek at his notes about you. Okay, sure. He's worried about your emotional state. But so am I.
I can handle my own emotions. But should he not know that you are hearing voices?
Hey, not cool. What happened to figuring things out together?
Together.
That's it. Let me help you. Because when I'm in that cockpit, it's almost like all that tech is...
Meeting you halfway.
Yeah, exactly. So, maybe it's your turn to follow my lead.
Where you go, I will follow. I told you that gem was dangerous. Are you all right?
It spoke to me. I finally know what I have to do. What I am meant to do. But I don't know if I can.
Tell me, Helena, what did you learn?
That I need to leave the world behind. Become something more than human. Like one of those beings that control the Arks, but also greater than them. It said this was my destiny, built into my genetic structure, going backwards to humanity's beginning.
You mean it told you that you have to die? What the hell kind of destiny is that?
I don't know. But it's not death, Meiyin. It's not life either. Not exactly. More like existing in a state at one with the universe, outside our bounds of time and space. I think from there, I can cross over to the time when Earth can truly be healed and make sure it happens.
And why should you have to pay for their mistakes? Haven't we both sacrificed enough already? Isn't there some other way?
I wish there was. But everything in my head and my heart is telling me that ascension is the only way we can finally end all of this. And I can't do it alone.
You won't have to. Because I will be there with you. You don't have to do this. You can be healed. With all of the devices in this place, you can be restored.
Please understand. This is what was always meant to be. I can hear it so clearly now.
What? What is it? What do you hear, Helena?
A song. One we've been singing since time began.
Don't you leave me alone. Not again.
There's still hope for this world, Meiyin. For life to return to it. But for that to happen, I have to guide the one who will finish this.
What about your life? What about ours?
Forgive me. I can't activate the process myself. Only you can set me free now. To ascend. Please, Meiyin. My brave warrior. My unbreakable heart. I'm begging you. You have the strength to let me go.
Damn it all. I loved you.
Thank you. Never forget me. We're all part of the dream. It's nothing more than that. And I'll always love you there. Can you hear the music? It's so beautiful. I'm not afraid.
The seed ship is away. Project Genesis is a triumph. It's hard to fully accept what we here at Ark Prime have accomplished together. Arguably,
the most momentous and audacious thing ever attempted by human ingenuity. Though the mission took all of our remaining resources, everyone that ever lived on Earth now has a chance to survive and prosper elsewhere in the cosmos, thanks to our work. Future generations will surely remember and commemorate our great efforts on their behalf. Perhaps those same descendants will even find a way to forgive us for fouling our home world beyond repair. But for now, my team, my people's thoughts are with the brave crew of the Genesis ship as they search the heavens for a new home for humanity. May Providence guide them. We have always understood our ultimate fate beyond this project's completion. But now, with the launch actually behind us, I find myself less comforted than I had anticipated. Humanity may well live again elsewhere in the galaxy, but we project managers were unable to encode our own engrams into the Codex, a limitation of the system's design. The creators cannot themselves be created. As long as this facility stays operational, we can continue to store our creatures' new memories and experiences into the Engram Codex, and upload them across our transluminal communication link with the Genesis seed ship. A person could close their eyes here, and then awake to open their eyes in an alien world in the distant future, with no sense of lost continuity. That is, someone other than us. But we who labored for generations to preserve the biological riches of the planet Earth, we shall not get to see the results of our efforts. Now that the day has finally arrived, I feel regret. Or is it fear? Scouts have definitively confirmed that long-term survival is impossible in the outside world. Our isolation and shielding have kept us hidden from the Titans laying waste to the rest of the world, but we are unlikely to endure much longer here. Nor can we expect any intervention by our ascended cousins, the so-called Homo Deus, now that they've abandoned us to play in their orbital arcs. Our technology helped make it possible, and yet they have abandoned us too. But there must be a way forward. I was entrusted to lead this last bastion of humanity, and I refuse to just wait around for my people to starve in the dark. No! We will not go quietly into the night. Given the collective engineering and scientific expertise we possess, I'm determined to make survival our new mission. We will find a way to outlast this. After years of extreme power conservation and enforced austerity measures, we may have found a solution to our dwindling fuel supply. A novel red isotope of the exotic element powering our civilization has been discovered inside our borders, deep under the Antarctic ice. Unlike the blue variant, which provides immense energy, and the purple variant, which creates carbon-based life, the red element seems to have unique properties. This new red element will let us keep the heat on and our energy shielding up once we finish doing some creative reimagining of our infrastructure. But the red element is not comparable in power output to the blue substance, and so the environmental pressures on our closed system of agriculture remain an ongoing threat. Since our world stopped turning altogether, it's becoming increasingly difficult to feed our animals and ourselves. Faced with endless darkness, I'm forced to consider more radical options. I will consult with my colleagues. There may be a solution to our crisis, albeit one almost too horrible to contemplate. Experimentation on animal and human subjects with exposure to red element has demonstrated an unexpected potential to boost longevity. Better still, the isotope can bond with human hemoglobin to produce a new and more efficient type of biofuel. Provided our society can overcome its collective squeamishness over biomodification, it's within our reach to engineer a new future for our people. Barring the cryotolerance of Antarctic sea life and the metabolism of hematophagus creatures like vampire bats and leeches, we could shrug off the cold and open up a new source of bioavailable energy. Because we just so happen to have an endless clone bank of potential blood donors at our disposal. The Codex can provide life itself. There was predictable opposition to my admittedly radical proposal. Revulsion at the idea of exploiting our precious Codex was only to be expected in a community of such devout humanists. Why could they not see the choice before us? Adaptation or death? Why should everything that we are, all that we have come to know and learn and love, why should that vanish into oblivion when we possess the power to live forever? Many objected to the heretical mutations I believe necessary to the continued survival of our colony. Regrettably, their resistance will have to be put down for the greater good. It's not as if I'm demanding the sacrifice of ensouled, cognizant people to feed our colony. These liminal meat puppets will exist only to serve as buffer hosts that can transubstantiate an environmental toxin into a life-giving miracle substance. The Red will deliver us from starvation and open up a new age of post-humanity on our otherwise extinct homeworld. Those who can see that this is the only path will be part of our new colony. Those who cannot can provide sustenance. The Rubicon has been crossed, and so we are lost. We are the lost. There is no other way forward. Faced with an existential threat to our continued life on this earth, I was forced to seize supreme executive power in order to implement my solution. The turning of our people has begun. Now begins a period of great chaos as my bioengineered enforcers seek out any dissidents remaining within our borders and enforce compliance one way or another. So many friends and colleagues are now gone, but they could not face the necessity of what had to be done. This new way of life has only come about due to my conviction, my willpower. So it seemed reasonable to stack the deck in my own favor by giving myself the most profound genetic upgrades. After all, a people need a leader, and their leader must be strong. At long last, and through great sacrifice, a kind of equilibrium has finally been achieved. Our people will live on in the endless night, no thanks to those who abandon us to our fate once we launch them toward their bright future. If and when the colonists on the siege ship find a habitable new world, the plan was to call their new home Arat. But Earth was the cradle of humanity, and Arat Prime remains its last terrestrial outpost. We will carry the torch on into the long night. Down here in the darkness, we may not be able to thrive as they will in their sunlit new world. But I have seen to it that we will endure. It only seems fair that the clones they left behind will serve to feed us into perpetuity.
So much time has passed without anything to challenge the order of my kingdom that I was slow to react to a surprising new threat. An outsider found her way into my realm, and she is formidable indeed. Meiyin has systematically slain nearly all of the remaining challenges to my throne that I have placed in her way. She appears to be the clone of an ancient warrior who originated on one of the arks built by those others so long ago. Why does she seem to be so single-mindedly determined to find my codex? I must access the records of the Ark network to learn all I can about this remarkable woman and how she came to be here. What drives the unyielding fire I sense in her? And how can it yet benefit my kingdom? Meiyin may have submitted to the turning, but she remains my queen consort, in name only. In the centuries since, she has proved to be my most effective enforcer, killing the last of the warlords who sought to overthrow me, leaving my rule absolute. Yet she keeps her distance, holding back her innermost thoughts. I could force her to my will, but that would crush my last hope of true companionship. Most recently, another outsider adversary has arrived on our doorstep. As it happens, someone from my queen's life on the Arks. This clever interloper has begun to corrupt the borders of my kingdom. With mutated wildlife and reanimated thrall corpses, he intends to set against us. This invader amuses me. I will leave it to my lost queen to negotiate with her, one-time fellow traveler. This Edmund Rockwell. I expect those negotiations will be brief.
Who am I? Such a simple question. 3 little words. And yet, I find I am unable to summon an answer. I've awoken, surrounded by metallic wreckage, the bright thunderclap of my arrival echoing away across a vast, rapidly cooling crater. From before this ruin, I remember little. I recall scattershot visions of monstrosity. I was something inhuman. And yet now I seem to be simply a man, vulnerable and exposed. Why that should surprise me, I cannot say. What was I before, and what am I now? I stumble about, lost in Stygian darkness, raw flesh raked by an icy gale. A stark cold jolts something loose in my mind. Betrayal? Murder? Madness? What had I done? What had I become? A wretched being. A monster. I fall to my knees in the freezing wind. Better to let it end here with some semblance of humanity intact. I feel myself finally slipping into nothingness, as it should be, and then...
No, Edmund, you won't die here. I won't let you.
A renewed vigor courses through me. A will to survive. And more than that, to perpetuate. My first goal is to escape the brutal chill. Somehow I have managed to fashion a crude shelter using scavenged debris still warm from the recent impact. Crawling inside, I curl around the vital organs at my core, desperate to raise my body temperature. Only then do I allow myself to slip into feverish delirium. And finally, the peace of darkness. Until the nightmares begin. I can recall only shattered fragments of what came before. In fitful bouts of sleep, enormous tentacles reach for me from a terrible abyss. Spine-covered appendages lashing away pieces of my soul. I can almost glimpse a golden light behind it all, struggling to break through that darkness. But there is no daylight to separate my delusions from rationality. Scrambling about for any of the tools necessary for survival, I wonder why I cling so tightly to my sanity. Surely it would be easier to simply become insensate, to let my baser instincts pilot me through this storm. Yet I fight on to sift through the cold ashes of my memories, trying to grasp hold of the last threads tying me to the world of men. Every scintilla of my former identity that I managed to rekindle is infinitely precious to me. That fire must be shielded from these harsh climes, and fed until it can light my way forward. The memories arrive in waves, crashing with vivid images onto the shore of my mind, each time bringing new torments as I see my many failures laid out before me. A life lived on a world long since dead, as a once heralded scientist. I see a daughter I could not save. My darling little girl, my little girl, lifeless. How I failed you, Charlotte. I failed you. Your innocent eyes will never leave me. And then, a second life, on vast islands in the sky. A friend, Helena. She cared so deeply and understood so very much. And yet these new technologies, new possibilities, I began to realize that the failures of my first life need not define me forever. Great things were possible.
Yes, remember, Edmund, you can indeed be great again. Your weakness need not be your destiny.
Who are you? In reply, I hear only the howling wind and see the void of darkness from which it emanates. I suppose I have my answer. As I make my way out of the wreckage, what I witness chills me far more than this unceasing, pitiless wind. Monstrosities. Purple-hued revenants, shambling about, seemingly immune to these harsh climes. They disgust me, and yet they also intrigue me. There's something so familiar about them.
That's because they are your children, Edmund.
My children? Charlotte was my tender child. I have no other.
Don't play coy. Surely as a scientist, you're able to put the pieces together. I know you can.
What do you know about me?
I am you, Edmund, as you really are.
I'm a man. Just a man, a father, a scientist, a friend.
You are so much more than that.
No, I don't want it.
You have never wanted anything more.
Please, I can't be that again. I can't.
But you will.
I'm afraid.
And that is why you will find your way back to me. Not the mortal flesh of the one, but the eternal seeds of the many.
Shutting the wretched voice away, I take my first tentative steps out of the crater. Miraculously, the roving purple cretins do not attack. Their teeming crowds part before me, almost out of deference, as if for royalty. Purple pools of bubbling liquid seem to vibrate in anticipation as I hesitantly approach. I recognize my Edmundium. Perhaps. No, I must not think of it. But as I step over the ridgeline, I see the blood-red glow rising from the great vista beyond, and realize at once how dangerous this place truly is. The source of that mysterious glow in the storm turns out to be a dystopian mockery of human civilization erupting from the ice. Its population of mindless thralls bows under the yoke of a seemingly omnipotent king.
Given time, you could wield such power. Power over death, and the power to give life.
No, this is blasphemy made manifest. These automatons offer themselves up to their demonic lord in profane ceremonies punctuated by ecstatic screams. I must escape this dark dominion before I fall prey to that terrible, omnipresent will.
Must you? This is merely another challenge for you to research and solve.
The air in this necropolis tastes like rust. No. Blood. The toxic red phosphorescence of this place burns my bones from within. The scarlet strain of Edmundium circulating through these arcane machines seems to act at odds with the variety I use to alter and empower my own creations. It's as if these two substances were inverse forces, one cancelling the other.
Yes, you're beginning to understand. Now, how might you weaponize that mutual opposition?
The devil ruling this frozen hellscape seems to have detected my incursion of his kingdom. But what can I do to keep his forces at bay, and how long could I hold out here at the fringes of his awareness?
Confrontation is inevitable, of course. You must prepare for that.
My meager stores of life-sustaining Edmundium are finite, and an impenetrable wall composed of this realm's red energy makes any escape to the outside world unlikely.
Perish any thought of retreat or surrender, Edmund. Your only path to survival is to advance upon the denizens of this scarlet realm, learn their secrets, and then take what they have. Use their knowledge and resources to become stronger, to expand, and to conquer. Your children will fight for you. Command them to advance.
Hearing this wretched voice is surprisingly like a balm to my frayed mind. And I know that without it, I would surely die here. But if I am to heed its entreaties, would I follow the same path as before? Would I become that abomination once again? Do I wish to live or to die? Should Edmund Rockwell pay for his many sins through penance? Or through oblivion? I breathe deeply, then I take a step forward and hope that this time my defenses will hold. I will make them
hold. I woke this morning crying over my lost daughter. Those tears still sting my eyes as I work to conscript every local creature within reach to aid in my defense. They bend so easily to the will of the Edmundium, just as before, twisting into new forms as quickly as my thoughts conjure them into being. They serve your will. They would die for their master. What am I doing? I once lost my senses in a quest to bring poor Charlotte back to me, and then I betrayed those closest to me. The rulers of this realm are unbound by such petty moralities. Do not think to confront them while you are lost in such solipsistic quivering. Banish all regrets, Edmund, for sentimentality accomplishes nothing. The wretched voice is right, of course. My pitiable forces won't hold back the devil's hordes for long. But I am no mere animal to be domesticated, nor preyed upon. No animal indeed. Soon you can show them what true power is. Yes, they underestimate me at their peril. They all have. Death wings its way toward you, even now. You can feel it out there, that hatred curdled over millennia. It's coming for you, and quickly. What will you do? I do feel it. The Reaper. She is coming to claim me. What can I do? I am only one man. A weak man at that. Once you were something so much more. 1 billion lives within you. Do you remember the Edmundium singing in your veins? How you played with the furnace of life itself? How all of creation was at your fingertips? I remember. So many possibilities. I could be everywhere. And everything. But then there was so much torment. And the voices. I lashed out without thought. Hurt allies. Made mortal enemies of my friends. I killed her. I did it. Oh God. What is one life compared to the infinite possibilities of creation? You have the means to arm yourself again with the power to defeat all of your enemies, to burn away the encroaching darkness. At what cost? Everything. But I am here for you. I always have been. I am the reason you survived the slums of London when they all set upon you like a wounded dog. I'm the strength you used to escape predation on the island. I taught you the secrets of Edmundium in the violent caverns of that aberrant Ark. And I will save you now, if you let me in. Yes. The devil overlord of this realm has set his queen enforcer on me. Trust in the plan. She is a fearsome vision in unholy armor, menace incarnate, an impossibly tall, winged Valkyrie. Why does her relentless, bloodthirsty determination remind me of someone I once knew? Pawns to queen. She slashes her way through my defenses. Mutant and revenant alike fall before her flashing crimson scythes. In the heart of the impact crater, I brace for her arrival. Here comes the endgame. She seizes me up in her claws without a word, lifts me off my feet. Her helmet opens to expose fangs that she sinks into my soft throat.
In my agonized struggle, I feel her realize, too late, that I've seeded my own lifeblood with indigo edmundium. It proves disagreeable to her own red life force.
Move and counter-move.
She drops me in disgust, tries to spit out the purple poison burning her from within. As I hasten to staunch my bleeding, I watch the Demon Queen take to the sky in a desperate attempt to fly back to her master, her erratic movement signaling her blighted state.
Check, Your Majesty.
I did not bother to rebuild while awaiting a diplomatic overture, and my opponent did not keep me waiting long.
Your gambit has worked, Edmund.
An envoy has arrived to pledge His Majesty's willingness to cease hostilities and to invite me to his stronghold to discuss terms. Despite all the arcane knowledge at his disposal, the Devil King must not know how to cure his queen.
Even now, she must be writhing in agony in one of his towers. Savor your triumph.
He will suffer me to live only as long as he still needs me to cure her.
The adversary knows you have found his weakness.
I suspect we will not enjoy each other's company. Such close proximity of our contrary forms of Edmundium should make for an uncomfortable meeting of the minds.
Good. He should suffer as we have.
They all should. Yes, I know now why I listen to you, wretched voice. Without you, I am just a man. I can be tormented. I feel regret and grief, love and pain and guilt. Those things, those simple human frailties which have weakened me since I took my first unsteady steps onto this grim earth. I can simply let them all go. Because with you, I am a